department, through your recommendations, that the officers involved an action should be taken. The county did a remedy by giving us an internal memo advising all the accounting officers to adhere to the misclassifications which they have tabled. And from our assessment, we considered it to check it in our subsequent, whereby if we are going to have any misclassification, I think we are going to flag it and we'll bring it forward from the previous issue, Chair. But we seek your guidance, Chair.
Now, Governor, we need to speak to this annexure that you have brought to the Senate to confirm whether it addresses what the Senate required. That is page 148.
Chair.
Governor, these are your documents, so Auditor General, you are referring to volume 1, page.
Sorry? Volume 1, Annex 4.1, page 147.
Yeah, Governor, we need to reflect on that internal memo. Page 148, where there's an internal memo. Go to...
Are we referring to the same volumes?
Yeah,
volume 1. Are you in volume 1?
Yeah, you're on 147.
147.
Go to 148. Yeah. I think on page 148, we've got an internal memo. Honorable members, are we there? The committee made recommendation that the responsible accounting officers, I think Clerk of the Senate, you need to tell us what was our recommendation on the part of accounting officers. Yes, Kibet.
Chair. Chair, our recommendation was that the Office of the County Governor undertakes administrative action against the accounting officer and any other officers responsible for failure to undertake accurate reconciliation of financial statements within the stipulated timelines and submit a report to the committee within 60 days of adoption of the report.
Okay, so let's look at this internal memo. Governor, who is that internal memo addressed to?
It's addressed to all the accountants.
Were all the accountants involved in misclassification of expenditure? Because there are 3 very specific observations where responsibility could clearly be assigned.
True. However, I believe the memo was so as to put on notice all the accountants that this is not acceptable, and going forward, like, nobody should misclassify the expenditure.
In our recommendation, we talked of the accounting officer responsible for failure to undertake accurate reconciliation, responsible for failure to provide documents. Because if you send a memo to all accountants, and yet this misclassification of expenditure on domestic and foreign travel was done by a specific accounting officer, administrative action ought to be specific. It cannot be global.
I think we are not on the same page, Chair. If you read the last 2 paragraphs of the memo, this internal memo was not taking administrative action. This internal memo was to sort of show all the accountants, some officers have misclassified this as this. And you see how it says this office takes this as a serious breach of the public finance, and any future miscalculation of expenditure items will not be treated, that sort of stuff. So this memo was not just to the 3 or 2 or 1 officer who had done this misclassification. It was all to the accountants in the executive, telling them to be more thorough or to be more aware in their work so that we do not have such an issue in the future.
That is okay. So where is the memo that specifies administrative action on the accounting officer who misclassified 15.9 million as repairs and maintenance, and yet it was not repairs and maintenance?
I don't believe we have a memo specific to that specific officer. Is there?
Because that was a recommendation of the Senate. You see, Governor, last week we are dealing with an impeachment proceeding, and the governor is being accused of things which, for those of us who have sat in these committees, we know that responsibility should be assigned to individual officers. And that is why this committee will want to take head-on accounting officers who commit violations of the law. That's what we are looking for. Have you addressed that? Because at the end of the day, if you don't do it, then someone will say that the governor takes ultimate responsibility. And yet there are either 3 or 1 accountant who did this.
Chair, I think, or rather I believe, for purposes of this memo, it was more as a notice. Now everybody's been put on notice. Everybody has been warned. This has been brought to their attention. And whoever now does this subsequent to this, then action will be taken. So that's what the intention of this was.
Which is good.
Yeah.
But is misclassification, if you are to classify 15.9 million as repairs and maintenance, and yet it is not repairs and maintenance, Auditor General, is that an offense under the PFM Act and regulations?
Yes, Chair, that's an offense.
So we needed you to take action on the offender, not notice to the world. Senator Wambua.
Thank you, Chair. I see this memo dated 13th